see the cherry is between the lips. You can get your tongue in the teeth on the cherry, but no matter how you do it in the darkness, the cherry will always be in the middle, even if you push little instruments up against it. It doesn't matter what you push up against the cherry, it will be between the lips that you can get the tongue on. Rock there. Me, of course. Just when I get set up, when it finishes, yourself too. Left back, full back, right back, right and left, front normally. And you see, the cherry is still in the middle. That's better than any flashing cops light. You'll get music with this one too. Anyway, I just like playing with my multi-channel analog surround sound systems. I converted that from the 8.3 into an 8.5 by taking the 2 subs from that one and putting them hard over the right and left channels rather than the 5 where they normally are, which is back sub, front sub, wide left, sorry, wide left, wide right, and the central sub that's under the floor. There's no way I'm getting down in the manhole way over there and all the other stuff to get down into that sub that's under there. But that's the summated sub of the 4 that I have around here. And yes, that one that's over there, I actually crawled under the floor and stuck it up there as well. And this one is round the other side, up under some junk that I can't actually get to because I've got all this other stuff in front of it, but it's in there somewhere. But it doesn't actually, you don't actually have to see it because it comes out through the past the other stuff. So the sum of those 5 subs goes into that one there. But then by pushing these 2 clean over the top with the left and right pure front left, your right hand channel, your left hand channel, which I call left front, right front, and the true back channel. That gives you the 3-dimensional split. And as you see, that one can pump and that can pump totally different to that one. And that one only pumps when it wants to, independent of these 2, and these 2 begin to hard out, and that can be nothing at all. And that can go, and that can go, depending on how they go, because that side is the split between this one, and that one is the split between this one and that one. And you work it out. Oh, and I still had all these other speakers running as well. And that's why this house doesn't do any work. But you see, that's why I've got that song. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. Before that other video camera fell to pieces and didn't work. Yes. Oh, bugger, I better put those over because I've tripped over them before the other video, didn't I? Anyway, oh. What's the cable for? I'm standing on the cables like the last time. I had a little problem. If you remember. I'll put it there because the cat knows not to stand on those because she went to stand on them one day and I clamped it up and went and scared the crap out of her. So she doesn't go anywhere near those speakers now. So I can safely put although she does stand on the boxwork to climb onto the sofa. But she just doesn't stand anywhere near the speakers because she knows that they move, and she knows that the last time she stuck a foot anywhere near them, it went round with her. I almost had to scrape the fur off the ceiling. Poor putty tap. Oh, I like my pussy. I'd like yours better. Mine is a Russian blue. What's yours? Just Russian. Yeah. I'm not feeling too good. I haven't been to bed since, oh God knows when. I remember waking up at just after 6 because of some loud music in Alexandra on Thursday morning. And what's the day? 4:12 PM Monday. And I still haven't been to bed. Oh, I tell you. Anyway, Where was I? So yeah, that's the chocolate with cherry, but underneath that is where I wrote, oh that's what my song that I wrote back in 65 or 70s or whatever, right? When, and you'll read it there about circle disco, if you dial up circle_disco in Alexandra. My thong, which a poem that I wrote, as you can see, and it's one of those old tractor things I had to, I got some tractor paper way back years ago, and I got a whole heap of it. I've just about run out of it, but I picked up a whole heap of it that no one wanted. No, I didn't. I bought a whole ream of it. Great big, massive big box with. Because I could just reel it off paper. Anyway, hard life. Sitting in New Zealand's heartland, lady. Oh, sorry. Sitting. Oh, that's what it is. I stuffed that up there, didn't I? Sitting here in New Zealand's sitting here. Oh, this stupid damn thing has dumped it again. Yep, oh, I've done it wrong. I've done it wrong. What have I done wrong? Well, that's right, I had trouble with something else at the time. Oh, I better write it down because I've missed something. Sitting here in New Zealand's heartland, lady, watching this rubbish crash, watching this rubbish creep up my wall. Sitting here in New Zealand's heartland, lady. Oh, I used to do this way back in the 60s and 70s. Mum used to say, clean up your own, clean up your own. Why? I'll never find anything. Can't find anything anyway, but you know. Sitting here in New Zealand's heartland, lady, watching all this rubbish climb up my wall. Inventing many ways to meet you, baby. Haven't started cleaning this at all. Whatever. You'll get it. Where am I thinking on? Yeah, still got to edit this, don't I? Sitting here alone. And sitting here, oh, it's all alone. All alone. In New Zealand's heartland, lady. Sitting here all alone in New Zealand's heartland, lady, watching all this rubbish creep way up on my wall. Inventing new ways to meet a new baby. No time left to clean up this. Should be clear up. No, clear out. No time left to clear up this rubbish doll. Sitting here waiting for your hot touch, lady. Living here through this. It's just that'll do. Use that one. That looks better. Oh, I don't know whether I should or shouldn't. Did I? No, that was what happened. It won't. Yeah, that's where it's gone. Bugger, no wonder. I used those things, so I better not use those things because they killed it last time. The whole bloody thing's disappeared because I used that. I have to make sure here's question marks, they don't do anything. Right. Living here through this it. Now I'm an it because I'm an XXY, you see, so I can be called an it because I'm not an M or an F. Me male, me female. I'm an I, interfix thing. See, so I'm an it. I'm an internex thing. An it. I'm also an IT, which means intellectual twit. IT, internet technician. It, as in being, well, you think of all the things. I've got them written down somewhere. A whole heap of them on another piece of paper like that, somewhere. Which is, yeah, which is, it's here somewhere. I know it's here somewhere. So, sitting here all alone in New Zealand's heartland, lady, watching the old shrubs creep away up my wall, invent new ways to meet you, baby. To be meeting, to be, just capital B all that, capital B, meeting. Oh, no, that's what I was going to do. Meet. And that's what it is. Dot M-E. It's not a Y, it's a T. Now, I like putting satirical twists even into my poetry, right? So, inventing new ways, right? Sitting here all alone, sitting here inside, sitting here inside, because I got all alone down to living here. I had it before. Oh. Now see, here, got all alone there, right? Now, that's better. Right. Now, if I'm waiting here all alone, how would you spell that? Well, you see, I spelled it differently. A-W-L, that's a wood boring instrument. Loan, it means I need some help. Maybe just all alone, right? I just need a help with a boring thing. Because it's pretty... I just realised what I said. It's pretty boring here. Yeah, well, that's not what I meant. Yeah. Oh, jeez, I kill myself at times. It's called My Way. Right. Hilariously, I die of laughing, right? Which means I kill myself in a living manner, which means I commit suicide by jumping sideways, not by deleting my life. Yeah, not by deleting my life. And oh yeah. Okay, so anyway, read the anyway, right? And movies, songs, whatever. You see, I use it as a base because you see, my mum and I. Oh God, yeah, don't do that. I don't want that. my mum and I wrote poetry after poetry, and I got heaps of poetry, and I got all mum's poetry that I helped, and I proofread every one of those 4 books we published. Now, I didn't like her poetry very much because she wrote differently to me. Here's my lyrics. In hard love, maybe. Right? Oh, sorry. This song is called Hard Love, Maybe. Think about it. Very many connotations, satirical in itself. Sitting here inside New Zealand's heartland, lady, watching all this rubbish creep way up my wall, as I said, inventing new ways to be meeting, right, to me be meeting, sorry, right, inventing new ways to be meeting, right, to be meeting you, or to be meeting, right, and inventing new ways to be meeting, right. When you go to meet someone, you go T-O space M-E-E-T-I-N-G space someone. But here I have always been inventing new ways to be meet in a new baby. Think about it. And if you can't, well, don't worry about it. No time left to clear out this rubbish at all. See, remember? Sitting here waiting for your hot touch, lady. Living here through this, it's just awful. Through this just all, right? It's supposed to be all, but there's a 4 in the market, right? And why is this 4 in between those? Well, that's a sort of a covering, a shield, what do they call it? Oh, what's the stuff on the outside of your body? 4 anyway. Living here through. Sorry. Jeez, I need to go some sleep. Right. Real sleep. Monday, Thursday morning 6 a.m, Friday morning 6 a.m, Saturday morning 6 a.m, Monday morning, Thursday morning, Friday morning, Saturday morning, Sunday morning, Monday. This is my 4th day without sleep. So yeah, I'll get it right. Yeah, right. It should be just about right. Hard love, maybe. Sitting here inside New Zealand's heartland, lady, watching you. It won't be up there yet because I'm still in the process of editing it. Sitting here inside New Zealand's heartland, lady, watch all this rubbish creep way up my wall, inventing new ways to be meeting a new baby. No time left to clear out this rubbish at all. Sitting here waiting for your hot touch, lady. Living here through this, it's just awful. Waiting here all alone, right? All alone. For just the right time, maybe, while that rubbish still creeps way up this wall. Gonna have to, right, so you're gonna have to slow down your footsteps, lady. Gonna have to stop you walking away at all. Gonna have to turn your head towards me, baby. Gonna have to make your heart fall for me and all. I'm looking for a rock love, baby. Who needs me, see? I'm looking for a true love that's just right. I'm looking for a true love that's just right. I'm going to have to work. I'm going to have to really, really work hard just to get you, lady. And you're going to get my song. Oh, there's a gap there. You're going to get my song. Right. And you're going to get my song of Hard Love all night. God, I am satirical bastard, aren't I? Hard Love. The boomp, And those are supposed to be that musical squiggly things, but I couldn't figure it out. Anyway, hard love, maybe you here. Oh. You here. Right. As in you here, right? You here, as in you here, as in you arriving into this place, and get some hard love, right? Hard love, maybe you here, right? Think about it. Hard love, maybe you here. Right. And then it fades out. Right, all done, maybe sometime soon, etc, 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 because I'm going to do a transformativeness on this. And I can't click that yet because I need to save the changes. And I think they were on the other side. Yep. They were on the other side. Click. Oh, come on, still going around. Still going around. Come on. Round and round and round and round the little rabbit ran. He ran and ran so bloody hard he called himself Dan. Well, Dan the man, he ran and ran. And then he ran to Dan. Oh, it's finished. Right. But anyway, underneath that one, you'll see there's another video there. Oh, I like this one. I made this one a long time ago. I'm running 6.2 of the lounge off the main stereo. That's a mono, but I won't do that. But you see, this one actually comes along here. Oh, you silly mongrel thing. Right, and you can see it's actually that way up now, Dave. No, it's that way. Yeah, it's that way. Because I'm still looking at this, even though it's upside down. The camera's upside down. Right, that's that thing, remember, over on this wall up here. That wouldn't go because I didn't power it off the other amp. Anyway, so that's that video. And then we get down here, and it's back to the right flowers. And then there's more flowers, and there's more flowers, and then there's crazy. Well, that's that other song, yeah. And there's a whole heap of stuff. And anyway, there's 5 or 6 pages stuff there. But you can also go up the top, and you can go in and have a look at the weblog, you know, the photos, the videos. We've got a whole heap of audio, pulse. The pulse isn't actually pulse. What the pulse is a long story written in short story format. And instead of like reverse reading tweets in Twitter and places like that, where you've got to have all the latest ones up front and then you've got to you read things backwards, this is actually designed by me so that the first pulse was written last and the last pulse was written first, so that you can read the story just like a story. It's about 3 pages long, and you can see these are big long pages, so but with his videos here, oh, I got a heap of videos. I took them off of YouTube because I had this funny thought that maybe it wasn't quite the done thing. But I've since found out that transformativeness, which is what I have been doing since 1965 with my decoders, is actually completely and totally legal, because it only uses raw materials that others provide, just like entire human mankind has relied on for the entire duration of living memory. Because sure, think about it,
a person invents a bolt that looks a special type. It might have a flat head, it might have a triangled neck to hold it in a now the ones they normally use are square, but they break. I prefer the triangular shape that I have to slot in and do that, right? And with a whatever function nut that's sealed on the other side that looks like the same, right? Blah blah blah, and permanently sticks it together almost like a weld, but you can actually pull it apart again. Right? But I'm not going to explain that thoroughly, because you don't need to know about that thoroughly, because someone years ago invented a bolt. It had a hexagonal head. It was so long, it had a thread on it and had a nut on the end that you could put it all together, right? That was under a patent. It was probably under a design registration. It was under copyright. It was under a whole heap of things. And no one was allowed to use them in any way or form because it would breach copyright, you see. But the guy who made the bolt never made the Eiffel Tower. And how many bolts were used to make the Eiffel Tower? When you buy a tin of paint, you buy someone's creation, you buy someone's copyrighted tin design, you buy the copyrighted formula that makes that paint, you buy the content and the thickness and the way that paint is. And you're not allowed to make any derivative works of that at all, no matter how much you pull it apart and throw it around and do whatever. But the guy who owns that copyright has absolutely no ownership at all on the way you used the paint that became the glaze on the cup, because you mixed it, an acrylic paint with a petrol based paint, and you mixed a mud creation that you made yourself, and you put it in the pot and you burned the crap out of it in a kiln, and it's now part of the ceramic. In fact, it's not paint at all. There's no way you can stick a brush into that and paint it across the wall. That doesn't breach copyright of the original paint tin. Neither does what I do by using the raw material of sound to produce whatever I produce in lights and multiple channels and backwards, forwards, all over the place. So thankfully these are here. Some of them sound almost exactly like the original. Some sound better. Most people think of satirical, paradoxal transformativeness to be a complete, hilarious ridicule of something. Well, normally are. But when it's made to make it sound better, and it actually uses the raw material to make an intricate thing. Alright? I am where it takes me. Now, I am, that's me here, I am where it takes me. Think about it. I am 3 in 1. Just like the terms, everything occurs in threes, because it does. Everything occurs in threes. The smallest physical three-dimensional shape that a person can make that only has the 3 basic dimensions. I had it here somewhere, or I had it here somewhere, or I had it here somewhere, and of course I've gone and I've lost it again. I had it here somewhere. But anyway, I'll just keep on talking while I'm looking, because I probably will find it. Probably won't. It's a tetrahedral shape. A three-sided, it's not a three-sided, it's actually four-sided, triangle shape. And you'll see it when I see it because it's as black as the ace of spades. And I have no idea. Bugger, where did I put it? Don't worry about it. It's here somewhere. I do know I've got it. 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 See, the rubbish is climbing way up this wall. Yeah, man. Oh. Well, over there, as you can see, I have a few duplexity coders, and I have them in bits and pieces, and I have the tools, and I have the wire, and I have the junk, and I have the rubbish, and I have a few spare Christmas fairy lights that I blow occasionally. Now, oh, this is a little thing I'm working on. Apparently you can only buy these mono nowadays, which really piss it off. But these are the stereo versions, but they're 8-arm, you see, and by paralleling them I can get 4-arm out of them. And by using 2 speakers across that I can actually get 2-arm off it. So that's an impedance reducer, and I can alter it to suit. Right, so I use that for the right hand input, and I use that for the left hand input, and I use that for the, not the centre, but the back input, so that the right speaker and the left speaker go with those red and orange and white LEDs, and the back, remember, blue on that subby, right? And so I can have 1 subwoofer, 2 subwoofer, 3 subwoofer, or split that one. No, what I'll do is 1 subwoofer, 2 subwoofer, and then I'll use the frontal thub that people normally use. Right, and I get your 2-channel output. You know your stock standard left and right channel output on the back of your amplifiers, blah 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 blah. But instead of going away to your speakers, I'll take 2 or 3 wires, depending on how your stereo is wired, 1 from each socket, and feed it to here. Because inside this little box, I'll have these controllers, and I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, that's a 3-put, that's a bypass that can go lifted to somewhere else, right? I'll feed yours into the main heavy terminals, and I'll feed a reduced bypass out, so you can feed a signal direct to another amp or a headphone amplifier or whatever, right? Or I might even pull it the other way and pull it back so that you get your stereo sound system input and you get your sound input from your likes of your TV or DVD player or whatever, right? Blah blah blah, all the inputs, right? Irrelevant. But going out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Remember? 10 channel surround sound system over there. Remember the 10 lights? Now, to help us get there, we have a green one. That's lime, that's left. That goes there. We have a red one, and that is right. So that goes there. We have a black one, and that's for back. The reason I'm using, oh sorry, no, sorry. Yes, I've got to do it like that because stupid manufacturers don't manufacture the right ones, right? I've got lime and red. I've got the yellow one, which is the fawn, which is the front, and it's your normal mono. Think about it. And I'll have to use... no, I won't. Right, I'll use the blue, because the blue is the back, and it's the proper colour for the... remember, right, red is right, lime is left, blue is back. Now, where have you seen those signals before? Where have you seen those? Ah, see, line 1, line 2, and line 3, or should I say line 1, line 2, and line 3. Three-phase electric power. But the problem being is that some people tend to be colourblind and they mix those two together, and when you put 400 volts in the same wire, it goes kaboom and turns electricians into smouldering heaps. So they had to change one. And so because red was obviously very hot, and the Australians and New Zealanders and a lot of people around the world used the green as an earth, which is also not good when you tie the red and the green and the whatever to earth, right? So they used the three-phase as that. They also used what's known as the neutral, which is the black one, right? Because it has everything going back. The neutral allows all the offsets to go back to the generating station. So the black was in the middle, right? Now, the thing is with that, with three-phase power, the blue was fine. No one, even colourblind people, know that blue can ever be swapped with red or that, because blue is a colour differential. It's the red and the green the colourblind people can't tell between. They get the red and green, it's just sort of yellow to them, and they get the blue because they are people who only see these colours. Fawn for front, blue for back, and therefore their eyes don't see the way your eyes see, which is the colour of lime and red. The problem being is by only using lime and red, you miss out on 43% of your listening ability or your power. You take the blue phase away in a power supply. You take the blue phase out of a three-phase supply, remove the blue phase from the three-phase supply, and the first thing you find is that your power supply generator guy rings up and says, "Oi, you've just lost a major portion of your three-phase power because your motors don't turn around. They don't know which way to turn because there is no turn." He goes, and that burns your motor out, right? But you put that blue phase back in, and your three-phase electric motor goes, which is no problem at all. Red, lime, and blue. In the old colour TVs, remember? Red, green, blue. And people say, you've got to have digital nowadays. Well, just let you know that right inside, hard down inside that monitor screen, if you get really down in there and look at it, it's even tinier and squashed in together, but it's still exactly the same. Red, lime, and blue guns in the back of that tube. Because you need the three contents to get the colour. Yeah, it's the same thing with audio. Right channel, left channel, back channel, front channel. Red back, which in this case I'll use blue. Sorry, I have to use a different colour, because the back channel I'll use as black, because between the black and the lime you get cyan. Between the blue, the true blue, and the black you get cyan. Because I don't have a light blue, I have to use the dark blue, which means I have to use the black for that, right? And because I can't use a magenta coloured between the blue and the red, I have to use the right colour in the right place. I hate these flaming space savers, are the wrong colour. That's white. Red, black, right wide, right wide, white, red white, right wide, or right rear, right? And lime cyan is the blue and the back, right? So, and then we'll put one of these in there, which won't sit in the right place, so I'll have to put it like that. It's one of those wee 3.5mm outputs, remember, for your 2.1 subs, but you don't use the satellites, you just use the sub, and you can therefore get the mono that exists between yellow and blue, the mono between yellow and blue.